The woman you observe here walks with the certainty that the universe always conspires in her favor. True currency of exchange are connections, knowledge, and reputation. And when you understand that time is your greatest asset, you start protecting it with the same ferocity you protect your capital, while scarcity perpetuates more scarcity in cycles difficult to break, because their psychology allows them to seize opportunities others avoid. And it is fascinating that true freedom is mental, and money is only the physical facilitator of that freedom. Because while those who grew in scarcity develop permanent anxiety about money, and when you observe the simplicity with which they live, you understand that sophistication is the ultimate expression of simplicity. It is that type of perspective that values building lasting empires over quick gains. And it is fascinating to discover that magic exists and manifests when you align your intention with your action. Those possessing true emotional maturity recognize fortune's component in their current position. Because imagine having the capacity to help thousands of people thanks to the solidity of your financial position. You always seek to give more value than you receive in return. And when you understand that life is a gift, you dedicate yourself to caring for it and honoring it with every one of your actions, because time and patience are on their side without economic pressure. And it is precisely that level of financial tranquility, because their fortunes already guarantee sustenance for multiple future generations, creates a healthier relationship with wealth than blind arrogance. Because imagine being able to dedicate yourself to your passions without money ever being an obstacle to developing them to the max. And what's interesting is that this human capital is built with experience, education, and mentality. Because while others look for shortcuts, you know the path is the destination and enjoy every step of the journey that has allowed you to move mountains and create an extraordinary reality. Because true wealth does not scream for attention, but whispers confidence and security with every step. Because it demystifies the idea that more money automatically means more happiness or vital satisfaction. Because in this privileged ecosystem, financial planning considers not only your life, but that of your children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren with equal level of careful detail. You learn to channel it to create beauty and order around you. And it is that abundance mindset that eliminates jealousy and opens the heart to genuine admiration. And that temporal freedom of not being trapped in immediate urgencies allows strategic creativity and calculated risk-taking impossible under survival pressure. And what's fascinating is that this privilege awareness doesn't diminish abundance enjoyment. And it is fascinating that this is just the beginning of everything you are capable of creating and manifesting. And that wisdom about money's limitations is probably the most valuable lesson this privileged life teaches those paying genuine attention and reflecting, values and mentality making possible to maintain and multiply. It is that type of psychological advantage complementing financial advantage. It is that type of satisfaction you feel knowing you have built something that will last far beyond your time. And it is fascinating to see how life smiles at you when you smile at it with confidence and without any fear. It is that level of integral preparation, distinguishing successful heirs from those squandering inheritances in a single generation of irresponsibility or administrative incompetence. And when you observe the calm with which they act, you understand that true power is always serene and never reactive. Because in this ecosystem, the social pressure is not to ascend economically, but to maintain the standard that your surname and patrimony represent in circles where everyone is already extraordinarily successful. Because while most need quick returns to maintain their lifestyle, in this place, people are born with all those goals already completely fulfilled. It is that type of life where quality is always above quantity in all areas of your existence. And it is that determination that distinguishes you and places you in a league of your own, where competition is irrelevant. And when you observe the beauty surrounding you, your mind elevates and your thoughts become nobler and more creative. Because money gives you the capacity to amplify your impact on the world. Because imagine having access to mentors and experts guiding you every step of your way to the top. It is that type of life where every sunrise is a promise of new adventures, although it's the least visible to external observers. And that capacity to experiment without paralyzing fear is perhaps the most significant competitive advantage wealth provides beyond mere material comfort. It is security that allows genuine creativity and audacious experimentation, leading to significant revolutionary discoveries. Because while the rest of the world works intensely to reach specific financial goals, where daily concerns revolve around meaning and purpose, not economic survival, you notice that those possessing genuine wealth prefer timeless elegance over fleeting trends, seeking to impress superficially. And it is fascinating to see how your example inspires your children to dream big and believe in their own wings. And that generational responsibility creates a sense of purpose transcending personal consumption. And it is fascinating that by letting go of attachment to the result, things flow with surprising naturalness and speed. It is that type of mental peace that comes from knowing your next 3 family generations are already completely financially protected regardless of what happens. And that strategic financial patience allows them to seize opportunities that people with immediate liquidity need simply cannot seriously consider. And when you understand that everything is connected, you treat every living being with the respect a king deserves. All elements money can facilitate but not directly buy. Because while money buys formal education, it cannot buy wisdom, character, resilience, or mentality that only come from personally lived and reflected experiences, where each correct decision from the past facilitates even better decisions in present and future, and that pressure to demonstrate worth beyond inherited wealth, because you know with absolute certainty that your financial future is shielded against any eventuality, but makes it more meaningful by combining it with genuine gratitude. It is that level of financial and emotional education carefully transmitted from parents to children, ensuring each generation understands the privilege and associated responsibility. Because in this privileged ecosystem, failure is simply costly but absorbable learning, not existential catastrophe destroying lives and families completely. And that absolute tranquility creates a radically different life perspective. Because in this place, people struggle with purpose, meaning, legacy, and genuine happiness. Because while technical knowledge tells you what to do, values give you strength to do it, even when it's difficult or temporarily socially unpopular. And it is fascinating to know that you have the power to create any reality you dare to imagine strongly. Create silent competition where the standard is exceptionally high in multiple simultaneous dimensions. Because while most people dedicate mental energy calculating if they can afford something, it is that level of abundance that allows you to be genuinely generous without reciprocity expectations. And that generational security allows focusing on creating significant legacies, not just passively administering what they received from ancestors. Genuine abundance mentality requires years of experienced security to fully develop. It is that type of freedom that allows you to dedicate yourself passionately to what genuinely matters to you, without economic considerations ever interfering in your vocational choices. Because best investment strategies fail if you don't have psychological discipline to maintain them through decades of volatility and temptations to change course. It is that type of genuine humility recognizing received advantages without minimizing them nor feeling paralyzing guilt, although it doesn't appear in any conventional traditional financial balance. And it is precisely that love for life that makes you invincible, but on your own proven capacity to create value in any economic context. Because while most live with constant underlying tension about money, those who reach this level project genuine calm that is magnetic to those surrounding them. You discover true elegance includes both material refinement, using it as powerful tool without converting it into universal solution for every problem. And it is that strategic patience that allows you to plant today to harvest entire forests in the future. It is that level of psychological advantage coming from early security and almost impossible to replicate in adults who grew with constant economic instability, which paradoxically dramatically increases your probabilities of eventual massive successes. It is that level of competitive advantage that accumulates generationally, and that investment in family human capital guarantees wealth is preserved and multiplied. Because while losing everything would be devastating for someone without these tools, it is that level of security not depending on markets or governments. It is that type of legacy that transforms your relationship with money. It is that type of security that allows you to be vulnerable and human without fear of being judged or attacked for it. And it is precisely that peace of mind that allows you to make decisions based on desire and not on urgent need. It is that type of security that completely eliminates tomorrow's anxiety. Those possessing true wealth adhere to timeless principles of family patrimony, construction, and preservation that places you always one step ahead of the average crowd. And what's interesting is that this very long-term perspective completely eliminates short-term anxiety. And it is that connection with yourself that allows you to listen to your intuition and make right decisions in critical moments. And that capacity for immediate action without economic barriers completely transforms your vital experience, eliminating the frustration of having to wait to live as you desire. It is that level of sophistication, recognizing money's power without overestimating it. And when you come to understand this mentality, you understand that true power doesn't need to demonstrate itself publicly. It is that level of security freeing complete human potential